Good afternoon. This is Mark Vruno, Editor-in-Chief of the Cannata Report, and welcome to our CR Connect Dealer Tour Spotlight. And this month we're talking to Ben Johnson, who's the president of Woodburn Company out in Seattle, Washington. So how are you, Ben?
I'm good, Mark. Thanks for the opportunity to chat with you.
Absolutely. Ben, in reading the profile, it's very clear that you guys are not a traditional, so to speak, dealer the way that most are in the channel. Can you tell us a little bit about your enterprise IT focus and why you kind of have gone that way?
Yeah, we enjoy working with larger enterprises. That's our little niche of the overall market that's out there in the managed print space. It's a market that's unique in its own right. Every market is, shall we say, but the enterprise space really values operating models, values efficiencies. So we see ourselves as print teams within the larger structures of an enterprise IT team. So we're swivel chair to service desks. We handle everything from, hey, I can't print, all the way through to supporting traditional devices, turning wrenches, providing toner, such as the warehouse I'm standing in. But it's really an operating focused model versus your traditional equipment or services focused model over there. So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And I encourage our audience to go ahead and read that virtual tour that we published. Just in terms of the economy, Ben, right now, where you are in the Pacific Northwest, what's it like right now? How do you foresee, the second half of the year kind of going if you look in your crystal ball?
Yeah, it's a question we've asked a lot of lately. The economy out here in Seattle, overall doing well. We are certainly still seeing a return to office that's ramping up. We've got a lot of major enterprises out here. Many companies we buy from online to places we get our coffee, to the technology that we're on right here, right now. Those organizations are seeing significant returns to office, but our overall occupancy rates in our downtown cores are still, near 50% occupancy. So a lot of, unstableness in that piece of the market. But as we see our larger customers returning to office, certainly we're seeing more business being generated within that. The economics from our vendors as well. The tariff returns here, we're seeing those utilized to help continue to offset future costs, whether that's fuel or other increases that OEMs and manufacturers are experiencing today. And that's a benefit to us, we see, versus having to go down the pathway of some of those tariffs being returned and all the economics that comes with. So, overall positive. We're seeing a good pathway to growth here. We're seeing stable growth, nothing too crazy, nothing too, no major dips that are out there. So overall, very positive on where things are going, actually.
Great, good to hear. In terms of your business there at Woodburn, Ben, when you guys, look ahead to the second half of this year and into 27, are you looking to expand, diversify, so to speak, into any new areas, or are you just going to stay focused on what you're doing and try to ramp it up more? What's the strategy?
I'm hearing robotics. I'm hearing all these cool bells and whistles that my mind as a really technology focused type of organization says, hey, let's go look at these cool things. But we're good at what we do. So we are staying within what I often call with our teams the box. We've got our services that we offer out there. We do quite well with them. Our customers still have really, really ample opportunities. Within the enterprise space, you get quite a long run rate visibility to the projects that are up and coming. So we see our pipeline very strong. It may not be our traditional, the business of this industry of just traditional copy and print types of services, but all the ancillary things around enterprise IT that touch print. We're seeing a lot of business in workflow. We're seeing a lot of business in professional services, those types of things. So we're going to stay tight to what we provide to the enterprise space at this point.
Great. Wish you the best.
Appreciate it.
In terms of big picture focus, if you will, Ben, when you think about the industry today and the dealer channel, what, in your opinion, is the biggest challenge that a dealer owner faces today?
It's pretty challenging to move market share from one OEM to another market, another OEM, should we say. I see within the traditional print market itself, the copier market, the managed print market, the messaging that we're receiving from our partners is, hey, we want to go swallow up more market share. There's only 100% of market share. Just moving market share from one OEM to another, in our eyes, isn't really adding value to our customers. So, the message kind of dynamics from OEMs to the customer dynamics and where they're seeing value. For us, it's not the equipment that's driving it or the brand on the front of the equipment. In the enterprise space, it's the overall operating model. And can you make a customer more efficient? Can you increase value in other areas with the technology that's out there? So it's trying to match the dynamics of what a customer sees as value versus what the OEM market sees as value, and helping everybody align, because we've got to have everybody on the same playing field moving forward together. And that's ultimately what's really going to drive the success for all the parties that are at the table, not just us. So I see the challenge there is how do we corral everybody on this same value play that's out there versus the different dynamics that everybody has.
Great. I think your perspective is very fresh, and keep doing what you're doing, Ben. We appreciate your time today, and we hopefully will meet in person sometime down the road here.
Yeah, you guys too. We appreciate all you guys are throwing out there on the coverage. We learn a lot, so thank you. It's our chance to really see what everybody else is doing, and yeah, I would invite listeners to reach out if there's anything we can help others with too. So thank you.
Great. Thanks.